Hi, this is Travis with Waconda Boats. We're excited to show you the new 2017. This is the 219 Pro V GL. This is the mothership of the Pro V GL line. It's a full 22 foot long, 102 inches wide. Big boat. It seems to be gaining popularity. Every year we get more and more calls for them. We're going to kind of briefly show you the features of it and some of the upgrades that we stock it with. We're currently looking here. This is a white with gunmetal silver. We get more requests for this color combo than any other, so we have a tendency to stock more of this combo. As far as the upgrades on the exterior, a lot of this stuff is pretty standard. We'll go over it. You can see the Chrome Lund logo. That's a standard feature on a big GL Pro V, so you're going to get that. There's a few trailer upgrades that we always put on them. First thing being the armor coated frame. We always do that upgrade. That makes it very growl resistant. We also upgrade to the stainless steel fender. The stainless steel fender is my preferred fender upgrade because it's both durable and it looks really good. These trailers are actually Marine Max trailers. It's a trailer company that's built in Tennessee near where the boats are built. It's a really well built trailer. We've had really good luck with them. You can see they've got really nice mag wheels. All these are standard features. You're going to get the swing tongue, disc brakes, spare tire. You know, they have load guides. Those are all LED lights. Come here to the rear, and then you'll see, of course, retractable tie downs are going to be a standard feature. Moving here to the back, we always do a 15 horse kicker on any big Veradoed engine with a power steering pump. For those that aren't aware, the 15 horse actually has a 12 amp charging system, whereas the 9.9 is only 6. So you're going to get yourself extra battery life by doing the 15. So we always do a 15 on the big. Any engine that has a power steering pump, you're better suited with a 15. The 350 Verado, this has become really the standard engine for this boat. It's really going to allow the customer to maximize his performance, which is what most guys are trying to do. Here, looking at the prop, to be honest, there's a lot of different prop options that work well with this setup. We owe a lot of credit to our pro staffers because they spent a lot of time and testing a lot of different props and research, and they found what I think is really the perfect prop. It's kind of an all-around prop. This is actually a Bravo 1 4-blade in a 22 pitch, and this prop kind of gives you the best of all worlds. It's got great planing time, it's got great acceleration, it gives you really high-end top speed. The biggest advantage, though, to it that we found is it actually will allow you to hold your plane at lower RPMs. So when you get it planed out, you can throttle down, you know, when you've got rough water or whichever occasion it may be, you can throttle this down below 3,000 RPMs and still hold your plane with this prop. So we're going to stock all of them from here on out with this Bravo 4-blade. It's a little bit more expensive, but I think it's well worth what you gain from that. Let's move over here toward the starboard side. We still have the same rescue ladder. This is a very handy feature to have. You got 3 steps that fold down, so you've got a way to get in and out of the boat. Now, this boat isn't rigged yet. We always customize each boat for the buyer, so we let the buyer decide exactly what electronics he wants, and then we install those in-house here in our shop. So, you know, we rig them as the consumer gives us exactly what he wants. We customize them to the buyer. One other thing, I want to talk a little bit about the hull design on the fiberglass GLs. We just did a video that explains Lund's IPS hull. So for those that are interested, or if you want to get a better idea of how the hull works and you know, kind of its concept, I encourage you to go to that video, and it'll give you a really good idea of how the hull works. But the point I'm trying to make is all those years and years of research and design that Lund spent perfecting their aluminum hull over the years, all that technology has been integrated into their fiberglass line. So if you look at the bottom of this hull, it's basically identical to our aluminum Pro V hull. It has basically the exact same hull design. You're getting the IPS keel, you're getting the power strakes in the front, it's got the reverse chine, it's all the same technology, it's all been integrated into this hull. And that's a good thing. That's what makes them ride so high. It makes them ride smooth. It doesn't spear waves. Now, the technical name for it, Lund calls this an IPS-3 hull. Now, the IPS-3 is simply just a slightly modified version of the IPS-2. The only difference being the strakes have slightly different dimensions, and that's just to compensate for the weight difference between the aluminum and the fiberglass. So if you take a look at that video, that'll give you a great idea of how the hull works, but just know that you're getting Lund's technology in the fiberglass as well as the aluminum. So this kind of covers the outside. Let's go on the inside and we'll talk about those features here. Let's hop on in here. And we'll start here on the rear. We've got a really big, spacious live well here in the back. This is a 33-gallon live well. Like all the big Pro Vs, we got a Prolong Plus live well system, 33 gallons, it's lighted. We have an internal bait bucket here that can be removed if you're not using live bait. But, you know, plenty of live well capacity here in the back, 33 gallons. The other nice thing here, we've got a storage compartment here on the port side. We have a little bin in here a lot of guys will use for trash. You can also pull this out if you want to use it dry storage. That's totally up to you. So a big storage compartment here. We have 2 seat bases on each side, so you can fish 2 guys from the rear casting deck. That's handy, and they're also offset, so you've got better clearance from the big motor. Makes it a little handier to fish from the rear casting deck. And then we'll pan over here to the starboard side. This is where your power steering pump is stored. You've got a little bit of extra storage in there too. That's mainly your pre-rig components for both engines and the power steering pump. Okay. Right here, let's check this is our crank battery storage compartment. Any Pro VGL you get, it's going to come standard with a battery shutoff switch. So we got plenty of room in there for batteries. We're usually on request going to install a charger in there as well. So that's a well thought out compartment there with some extra storage. Now, one of the big points we wanted to make with this video, if you look at the freeboard depth, you look here, we've got a full 24 inches from the deck all the way to the top of the gunnel. So in my opinion, it's actually the perfect depth. Okay, with this 24-inch freeboard measurement, that's kind of the perfect happy median between getting, you don't want it too deep because you don't want to lose your fishability. At the same time, you don't want it too shallow because you don't want to lose your comfort for big water, which is what this boat's designed for. So I think when you compare this to some of the other competitors' models, the first thing you should notice is it's a much deeper freeboard. So to me, that's a big advantage. Another great advantage we have here are your cockpit storage compartments. Okay, in most other models, you're going to see these are fixed. They're not movable. In the Pro VGL, these are very easily moved out. So a guy can customize it to whatever he wants to do. This is a thumb screw. There's 2 for each pod, so you screw these down, it gets them tight. They're not going anywhere if you want to leave it in. If you want to take it out, you just unscrew these thumb screws, and there's grab handles here, you just pull them out. And then also we have carpet here, so this will also finish off the floor, so you can snap that carpet in place of the pod if you decide to pull the pod out. So this is an often overlooked feature, I think. Again, having the ability to take one or both of these out is huge. We sell this boat to a lot of guides. Majority of the time the guides, they're going to pull these pods out and they're just going to leave them out because they want the open space. They're fishing 5-6 guys at a time. They love the open space. I have a lot of guys, they're only fishing 2-3 guys. They want the storage. They're going to screw these down and just leave them in all the time. I also have some guys, they'll leave one in, they'll remove one. Like if there's usually a side that you prefer to fish out of, you can remove that, open this space up on one side, leave the storage on the other side. So that's a really nice upgrade that I think a guy should consider because it's a much more versatile system there. So let's move over here to the starboard console. And I really love all the Pro V consoles, whether it's aluminum or fiberglass. It's just very well designed. The console cap here, you can see it's got a really thick, durable vinyl on top. Looks good and it's very durable. The thing we like about it, it's got tons of space here, so we can install, it doesn't matter what size depth finder a guy wants, we got plenty of room to get it installed. Some guys even do 2 big screens up here. You've got room to do that with this console design. Now we also, we upgrade to the SmartCraft gauges, so you're going to get that on any big Pro V. That's what we stock. The Kicker stereo upgrade, they did that pretty much with all the models this year, so it's a great sound in stereo. It's Bluetooth and MP3 compatible. We got a little cell phone holder here, charging ports. There's plenty of room here for a little cubby hole. Now the other great thing about their design, and again this is in the aluminum and the fiberglass, you've got ample elbow room here to run your controls. You're not cramped. They've got it set up just right so you can easily access all of your switches, all of your key switches, your remotes are very, very readily available here. So it's a well thought out design. People really like it. Of course the seat's going to slide. We put it's all air ride pedestal seats. It's got a slider on the driver's seat, and then you also have, of course, tilt steering here as well. Now let's move over to the port side, and you'll see, like most Lund models, we've got a very spacious glove box. Big glove box. It's got a charging port here. Always got grab handles everywhere. There's a little cubby hole here for storage, cup holders, another grab handle here. And I want to show you here too, this is a really nice overlooked feature. We've got a rod, kind of a rod saver tote here. So if you're fishing, you've got guys fishing, you want to move from A to B, you don't have to tote your rods in the dry storage. You can lay the butts up against here, lay the rods down, and this bungee will go over top. This folds down. You can tie them up and then you're ready to go. So it's more convenient and faster going from point A to point B. So nice feature there. Let's look at the rod storage here. Just like all the big Pro Vs, you can see we got 3 stories of rods there. Now these accept 9-footers, so it really doesn't matter how long your rods are, you can get them in there. We've got a courtesy light in there if you're out at night. And then you can see this panel removes out. Underneath that panel is where your trolling motor batteries are going to get stored. Of course, it's wired for 36 volt. You know, 99% of the guys are going to do 36 volt on this size. And it's good to have those batteries right there in the front center. The weight's distributed right where it wants to be. That helps add to the ride of the boat. So, really big rod box there. Fold that down, and then you can see, as all Pro Vs are known for, a very spacious bow. Got tons of bow space all the way across. And the other cool thing about, you know, the GL series, this port side dry storage compartment, you know, it's huge. It runs all the way the whole half of the port side of the bow. We've got a travel cover here. The boats are all going to come with that travel cover. This compartment here is actually long enough. I've got customers that store rods in there. You know, your longer rods, you'll have to break them down, but you know, you can literally use it for whatever you want, but just know that it is long enough. If you want to stow some rods out of the way, you can in this compartment here. Now again, you've still got the bow gunnel storage here in the front with this cargo netting to use for whatever you want. On the starboard side, this is a huge live well by bow live well standards. It's a 20-gallon live well. You can use it for live bait. You can pull this out and just use it for a standard live well. Now a lot of guys, because the live well is so big in the aft, they won't ever use this. That's fine. You can seal it off and just use it for storage. Some guys will throw ice in there and just, you know, make it a cooler. It's, you know, however a guy wants to use it, really. And then another big dry storage compartment here on the starboard side finishes off the bow storage. And I'm sure most of you are aware too, kind of the same concept as what's in the cockpit area. Same deal. If you're moving from point A to point B, just lay your rods down. This will slide over top of them. That locks down, and then you're just good to go. So it saves time if you're tournament fishing. Saves you extra time for having to stow your rods out when you're ready to move. So you can look here. We've got big trolling motor platform here. Again, generally going to do a 36 volt trolling motor. Got a courtesy light here. I failed to mention too, the cockpit and the bow both have this cup holder station here. This actually is designed, you can store your needle nose and other tools across here, and then you got cup holders. You look throughout the boat, there's plenty of cup holders spaced all the way throughout. And then like any Lund, you're going to see you still have the sport track system on the, you know, the bow and the cockpit. So all your rod holders, all that stuff are going to go on these tracks here. So really a great design, and again, it's gaining popularity, it seems, every year. The points we want to try and make with this video for guys that are, you know, researching these boats, in my opinion, the biggest advantages with this, if you compare this with some of the other competitive models, the number one thing you should look at is the depth, because again, it is deeper. It's going to be deeper than well, any of the fiberglass boats that I've compared. It's usually about 3 inches deeper. To me, is an advantage. The other thing is going to be the ride. With Lund's hull design, all that research that they spent years perfecting the aluminum, it's on your fiberglass boat. So when you look at them, they're going to ride high, they're going to ride dry, and you know, all that system that they used is in the GL. So That, and then you have to also consider the storage compartments in the cockpit. That's the versatility of that is nice because you can literally use them for whatever you want. So we'll link our website in the description box, so we'll have more videos and more pictures on that. And any questions, please just email or call us. Terry's in Glen Elder, Kansas, and I'm Travis here in Republican City, Nebraska. Thank you very much.